Gilberto Mora. The Mexican midfielder is the youngest player at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Born in 2008, he arrived on the biggest stage while still only 17 years old. His rapid rise through Mexican football turned him into one of the most talked about young talents in the tournament, and his presence shows how willing Mexico has become to trust exceptional teenagers in major competitions. Hugo Socherek. Representing Czechia, Socherek entered the tournament at just 18 years of age. Coming from a new generation of Czech footballers, he symbolizes the country's effort to rebuild with younger talent. Reaching a World Cup squad so early in his career places him among the most promising players in the nation's football system. Lennart Karl. Germany has a long history of developing young players, and Karl continues that tradition. Still only 18 during the tournament, he earned a place in a squad known for its high standards. His selection highlights Germany's confidence in technically gifted youngsters who can compete alongside experienced internationals. Ibrahim Mbaye. The Senegalese forward arrived at the World Cup as one of the youngest players in the entire competition. At 18 years old, he represents a country that has become a major producer of young football talent. His inclusion reflects Senegal's growing belief that youth can make an impact on the global stage. Hamza Abdelkarim. Egypt brought the teenager to the tournament as part of its next generation. Still only 18, he carries the hopes of a football nation that has produced many famous players over the decades. His presence suggests a desire to blend youthful energy with established experience. Bara Sapoko Ndiaye. Another teenage representative from Senegal, Ndiaye shows the remarkable depth of young talent emerging from the country. Reaching a World Cup squad before turning 19 is a rare achievement, and it underlines Senegal's commitment to developing players for the highest level. Mladen Yurkus. Bosnia and Herzegovina entrusted the 18-year-old with a place at football's biggest event. For a nation that has often relied on experienced players, his selection signals the arrival of a new generation aiming to shape the future of Bosnian football. Ayoub Bouadi. Morocco's teenager entered the World Cup after attracting attention for his maturity despite his age. At only 18, he represents the continued rise of Moroccan football following years of investment in youth development. His inclusion points toward a future that many supporters see as extremely bright. Karim Alibegovic. Bosnia and Herzegovina placed another teenager in its squad through Alibegovic. Reaching this level before his 20th birthday demonstrates both talent and trust from the coaching staff. Players like him are expected to become the foundation of the national team in the years ahead. Ryan Alumi. Tunisia brought the 18-year-old to represent a country with a proud World Cup history. Young players often need years before receiving such an opportunity, making his selection particularly significant. His appearance reflects Tunisia's willingness to invest in the future while competing in the present. Lucas Harrington. Australia's teenage representative earned his place at only 18 years of age. Coming from a football system that continues to expand and improve, he represents the next wave of Australian talent hoping to make an impact on the international scene. Behruzjan Karimov. Uzbekistan's young player arrived at the World Cup before reaching his 20th birthday. For a nation continuing to grow its reputation in international football, having a teenager on the world stage is a sign of progress and ambition. Lamine Yamal. Spain's teenage superstar entered the tournament already carrying enormous expectations. Despite being only 18, he was already recognized around the world for his skill, creativity, and confidence. His presence demonstrates how exceptional talent can break through at the highest level regardless of age. Kendry Páez. Ecuador's young playmaker joined the World Cup at 19 years old after years of attention from scouts and supporters. He represents a generation of Ecuadorian players, helping the nation establish itself as a consistent force in international football. His development has been followed closely far beyond South America. Tyler Fletcher. Scotland's teenage midfielder carries a well-known football surname, but earning a World Cup place required his own performances. At 19, he became part of Scotland's effort to build for the future while competing against the world's best teams. Luka Vuskovic. Croatia has built a reputation for producing outstanding footballers, and Vuskovic is among the latest examples. Still only 19 during the tournament, he entered a national team environment known for developing players capable of succeeding at the highest level for many years. Pau Cubarsí, Spain's young defender, reached the World Cup before his 20th birthday, a remarkable achievement for a player in such a demanding position. Calmness, intelligence, and maturity helped him stand out, making him one of the most closely watched teenage defenders in the competition. Yan Diomande. Côte d'Ivoire brought the 19-year-old as part of one of the youngest squads in the tournament. His selection reflects the country's ongoing transition toward a new generation, one aiming to build on the legacy left by previous Ivorian stars. Rayan. Brazil has introduced many teenage stars to the world over the decades, and Rayan continues that tradition. At 19 years old, he joined a national team famous for producing exciting attacking talent. His inclusion shows that Brazil is already preparing for the future while chasing success in the present. Endrick. The Brazilian forward arrived at the World Cup as one of the most famous teenagers in football. Even before turning 20, he had already attracted worldwide attention for his finishing ability and composure. For many fans, he represents the next chapter in Brazil's long history of young stars shining on the global stage.